Hello all and welcome back to the channel. This is Ketul Patel and in this video we are going to see that how we can make a QR code scanner in Android Studio. So let's start the video without wasting time. So here I am in Android Studio. So before we start the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So let's start. So first of all, we will go to our Android manifest file and over here you need to add these three permissions. So you need to add these three permissions. So first is the permission and other two are the features. So first is the camera permission and other two are hardware and autofocus. So this is in the description if you want. So after editing the Android manifest file, we will go to our build Gradle module. So over here you need to implement these three. So basically we are going to use the Zinc libraries. So implement these three libraries over here. These are also in the description. You can copy that from there. And after doing this, just synchronize your project. And now let's start the building of our application. So first of all, we will create a layout. We will create an activity. So create an empty activity. Let's name it as QR code scan. And let's set that a launcher activity and click finish. So as you can see that our QR code scan activity is generated. So let's go to our XML file and over here let's create a button. Let's provide 500 STP and height will be also 500. And let's set Android layout. So Android gravity is equal to center and let's create Android ID and name it as scan btn. So our button is created over here and we have provided the ID scan btn. And now let's go to our QR code scan activity. And over here first we'll create a button variable. So button scan btn and that. And now let's go to our on create and let's get our button from our layout. Let's cast it with button. Find view by ID or dot id dot scan btn. And we will create a on click event for this. So scan button dot set on click listener to dot on click listener. And now what we will do is when we will click on the scan button, it will open a QR code scanner and we will be able to scan that. So for that we need another activity. So let's create an activity and let's name it as QR code scanner. And we don't need a layout file for this. So just uncheck the generate layout file one and click finish, and this make sure it's not a launcher activity. Click finish. So as you can see that our QR code scanner activity is also generated over here. And let's go to our QR code scan. So on click of the scan button, it will call this QR code scanner activity. So let's create an intent equal to intent and last name QR code scan dot this comma QR code scanner dot class. and start activity and pass our intent over here. And our QR code scan button is now done. And now we need to work on our QR code scanner. So basically here it will happen, all the functionalities will be mentioned over here. So first thing we have to do is we need to implement our library. So implements that thing scanner view dot result handler. This will be capital. Okay. And we need to import the class for this. So as you can see that the class is imported for this, and you need to implement Zing scanner view dot result handler. And as you can see that it's giving an error because we need to implement the methods for that. So we need to implement the handle result method over here and click OK. So as you can see the error is now not showing up now, and it has created a function that's called handle result. Now first thing we will do is we will create the variables that we need. So private static final, let's say request underscore camera. So basically this will be our camera request code, and we will pass one over here. Then we need Zing scanner view. So private Zing scanner view, and we need one more variable. So that's private static private static, and let's say cam is equal to, as we need a back facing cameras, so we will define camera dot camera info info dot camera facing back, as we need a back facing camera. We are all done with this. And now in our on create method, let's get our Zing scanner view is equal to Zing scanner view and pass this over here. So let's change this name as the confuse, because it will be confusion for you. So basically we have created a scanner view variable for this. So this will be our scanner view is equal to new the scanner view. So after doing this, let's set our set content view and pass our scanner view over here. Now our content view is set in a scanner view. So basically it will be a camera for scanning the QR codes. Now we need the permissions from the user. So first of all, int, let's create an integer current API version is equal to build dot version dot SDK int. So basically it will take the build version of your SDKs of your mobile phone, and if now let's check whether the current API version is greater than the build version or not. Current API version greater than equal to the build version. So build dot version underscore codes and dot m. So after doing this, we will check the permission. So if so, we need to create two more functions to check this. So first we will create a function that will check the permission and another function that will request the permission. We can do it over here, but it's better to do it in different function as of creating too much code in your on create method. So first let's remove this and let's create the two functions. So first will be private boolean, let's say check permission, and the second one will be private void, let's say request permission. So we have created this two functions over here. So first in our check permission we will directly return. So let's say context compact dot check self permission, and let's say get application context comma our camera permission. So manifest dot permission dot camera, and equal to yes package manager dot permission granted. So basically it will check if the permission is granted or not, and that's all we will be returning in our check permission. And if the permission is not granted, then the application will request the permission from user. So to request the permission, type activity compact dot request permissions and pass our class name, so that is QR code scanner dot this comma new string. So basically it will be a string array and pass our permission. So manifest dot permission dot camera, and we will pass our request code. So basically we have created our request camera code over here. So request camera, let's copy this and pass it over here. So basically we are done with our request permission and the check permission. So let's go to our on create method, and here first check if check permission, if the check permission is valid. So if the user have already granted the permission, then what we will do is like toast text, and let's pass get application context comma permission granted, or you can type anything, welcome, anything, and comma post dot length long and dot show. So this is if the permission is already granted, and if the permission is not granted, so else it will request the permission directly. So let's request the permission. So this is with basically of checking the permission and requesting the permission. So now what after requesting the permission? Let's say public void on request permission result. So if the user has requested the permission, if user has not granted the permission, we need to request that permission and we need to show that request permission result. So to do so, let's say int request code, comma string permission, and the last one will be int grant result. So what we will do in here this, so let's create a switch case type. So switch and let's say request code. So the our conditions will be depend on the request code that user has created. So first switch and let's say first our first case will be our request camera. So that is our request code one that we have created over here. Request camera code one. So if request camera, so if request code is one, if grant result dot length is greater than 0. So if our grant result dot length is greater than 0, then what we will do is create a boolean camera accept is equal to grant result and let's pass 0 to it, equal to package manager dot permission granted. So here we will grant the permission if the request code is 1. So if the camera accept, so means if the permission is granted, that means the boolean value is over here. Then let's create a toast dot make text and let's get application context, comma, let's say permission granted by user, comma, toast length long dot show. So this is how the permission will work. So if the request camera case will be one, it will ask for the permission, and if the permission is granted, it will show that the user, the permission has granted by the user. And now in our else part, what we will do is we will make a toast dot make text get application context, comma, permission. If the user will not grant the permission, we will show that user not granted, permission not granted by user. Dot length long dot show. So this is how we will show that if user has granted the permission or not granted the permission. What we will do is we will say if showed permission request rational and pass our permission, that is manifest dot permission dot camera permission. So what we will do in this, we will show a dialog box that say need to request, you need to grant the permission. So to do so, we need to make another function for dialog interface. Let's create a private void show message. Okay, cancel, and let's pass the string message, comma, our dialog interface. So dialog interface dot on click listener, and let's say okay, listener. And after doing this, let's create a new alert dialog, and dot builder, alert dialog builder. And here we will pass our class name, so that is QR code scanner dot this. And after this, let's create dot set message. What we will pass directly the message over here. Then let's pass our dot set positive button. So our positive button will be the OK button. Let's say OK. Pass our OK listener to this. Then pass our negative button. So set negative button, and let's create a cancel button over here. And let's pass null to it, because if they will click on cancel, basically it will just the dialog will be disappear and nothing will happen. And dot create dot show, so basically this will show the alert dialog box. So now let's go to our on so now let's go to our on request permission result function, and inside this let's create message OK cancel function, and let's pass the message over here. You grant the permission. So this is our message that will be shown to our user. So basically this is the message string over here that will be. And now let's create a dialog into comma dialog interface dot on listener. Here in our on click method, if build dot version dot sdk is greater than equal to our build dot version codes dot m. If this is will again request for the again we will be requesting for the permission request permissions. Make sure that this is request permissions, our function over the permission and permissions that is provided inbuilt the class, and that is the request permissions. And inside this string plus permission, so request permission camera as our code. So this is all done, and after this, basically after in this show request permission if condition over here in and after this return you need to break the case condition case it uh, our on request permission is also and function on resume if everything is fine, if you just granted the permission override public void soup dot abstract current version dk if current API version equal to dot version code checking check permissions pass our check permission here just check the permission inside this what we will if our scanner view that means our scanner view that is our QR code scanner view equal to none, then just a scanner view think scanner view pass the this site content view scanner view. This is to make sure that our current content view set to link scanner view. And if this is and if the direct pass our scanner view set the result handler, so scanner view that result pass the contact. After doing start the camera, so scanner view start camera. That is all done. Our on and we need to create another override method that on destroy. What if we press the back button? What if we stop that activity? Destroy that override method public destroy dot stop scanner view dot just set our scanner view. Basically, this will stop the camera and it will set the scan. So after doing all this, finalize handle request, handle result. This final string raw result. Let's say result equal to result dot get text. Basically, it will pass the text that we have scanned from the QR code. If you are scanning a QR code, it may contain a website or anything behind. That is the result that we are getting. That will be stored in a string format over. Now let's create alert dialog builder. Basically, we are showing that string alert dialog, the result from the scan. Alert dialog builder pass the contact. So after doing builder dot set title, you can set any title. Let's say scan result. After doing this, we will create two buttons again. First will dot builder dot set positive button. Pass let's let's pass OK. First button will be OK. Dialog interface dot on click here. Scanner dot camera preview. It will again go back to our view. Uh, it will allow you to scan more QR code. Scanner view dot resume camera and pass our context. So scanner. This is what we do. Set positive button, that is the OK button. And let's create another button dot set negative button. That will be cancel button. Dialog. Here what we will, or we can leave it blank, or we can call this on destroy method on this. So basically these are the buttons. So what I am doing right now is I am setting the camera preview so on OK. It will again resume the activity and you can scan more QR codes. But so after all this, we finally need to show our message for builder. So builder dot set page and result dot get text and dot dialog dot show. So this is all how you need to code for a QR code scanner. It seems the complicated, but it's easy when you do it by yourself for you. So as you can see that this button, the height and the width is reduced. So when we will click on this button, it will request for the permission and scan the QR code. Here I have opened a website that and I have created a QR code. Let's click on this button and as you can see that it is asking for pictures. Allow. See that a QR code scanner has been opened successfully and now when we will pass this you can see that result is, and these are our cancel and OK buttons. Okay, so as you can see that it is the QR code. Let's say and let's you can see that we are getting the results successfully. Now if we will click on the cancel button and that the it's not and activity is destroyed. So what you can do is you can just on the click of cancel you pass it activity. So this was all about the video how we can create a QR code scanner library. So if you are getting any error while doing this process, just comment down, try to get back to you. And if you like the video, press like button, subscribe to the channel and stay connected for more of the videos. Thank you for watching.